Right now at 6, campus activism at UW-La Crosse, what students are now rallying against.
And kids facing medical challenges get the STAR treatment ahead of the Children's Miracle Network Gala.
Watching WKBT La Crosse, this is News 8 Now at 6.
Good evening, I'm Emily Brown.
And I'm Ken Kozarowski. The former president of a Monroe County sobriety group is accused of child sex crimes. 37-year-old Devin Brenson faces 18 felonies, including second-degree sexual assault of a child. The nonprofit Brenson was formerly president of, saying he is no longer associated with them in any capacity. Brenson is held on a $50,000 cash bond.
A late-night police chase through Eau Claire and Chippewa counties ended with a major drug bust. Eau Claire police tried to stop a vehicle Thursday night, but the driver fled, leading to a chase that ended back in Eau Claire. Deputies used spike strips and a pit maneuver before the suspect, 35-year-old Andrew Primo of Chippewa Falls, surrendered. Officers found meth, marijuana, prescription drugs, and paraphernalia in the car. Primo faces multiple charges, including fleeing and possession with intent to deliver meth.
A bullet was found inside Tomah Middle School today. Classes were put on lockdown. Police say a student admitted to being behind it. Since January, there have been 3 reported cases of a bullet discovery inside a Tomah school. No word if they're all connected.
UWL students took a stand today for education. Eagles for Equity protesters gathered on campus. They rallied against what they called the dismantling of vital institutions. Students voiced their concerns over the Trump administration's cuts to education, arts, and sciences.
We're not just here to hold posters and make noise. We're here to have American flags, cookies, and to tell people to call their senators, to help their neighbor, to volunteer, to do what they can in their community to help be that positive change that we want to see, and to help make the world a better place.
Hendricks says the day was also about helping students become more aware of resources like Law for Learners, which provides free legal advice.
Wisconsin lawmakers are turning to the public for input on the next state budget. Representative Steve Doyle and Senator Brad Pfaff hosting a state budget listening session in Onalaska today. They say they want the budget to reflect the real needs of Wisconsinites.
An awful lot of attention is being drawn right now and what's happening in Washington, D.C. And at the same time, the state of Wisconsin is in the process of putting together its 2-year biennial budget. And we wanted to make sure that we heard directly from our constituents, the people that we represent. What are their priorities when it comes to the role of government?
Now, the Republican-controlled legislature will create a budget draft over the next few months and then send that to the governor.
Well, a shakeup in the candidates for La Crescent-Hoka superintendent. The district says Jeremy Hill has withdrawn from consideration. He was one of 3 finalists. Interviews with the remaining candidates, Walter Genevico and Brandon Munson, are set for Monday.
Amplify Health by Gunderson is continuing to discuss an addition to its La Crosse Hospital location. The system is creating a new emergency psychiatric assessment unit within their existing behavioral health department. They say it's another way to treat patients who come to the ER in a mental health crisis.
It affects the community in a lot of really wonderful ways. For one, people know that there's a place that they can go to for help that's available 24/7 and that nobody is ever going to be turned away.
Officials hope to open the unit by early 2026.
The post office and Great Rivers United Way are looking for volunteers to help stamp out hunger. You'll help pick up food donations. The donations collected will go back into the community food pantries. To sign up, go to greatriversunitedway.org.
La Crosse's annual brush pickup is almost here. It begins April 21st. You are asked to bundle up your branches with cotton string. Keep them under 4 feet and 50 pounds and at the curb by 7 a.m. on the 21st. The Isle La Plume drop-off site also accepts brush on weekends and Mondays and Tuesdays.
But heads up, if you're planning to drop off brush yourself, the Isle La Plume site will be closed next Sunday for Easter. The site will reopen Monday, the 21st at 10 a.m. and will operate normal hours through the season. Weekends from 10 to 4 and Mondays and Tuesdays from 10 to 6.
Yeah, foggy start to this morning, but otherwise pretty pleasant temperatures as we get back up to near basically seasonable levels for this time of year. And a little bit of sunshine, although clouds came in this afternoon. They'll start kind of dissipating here throughout the evening hours. So all in all, pretty nice Friday evening. Here's your high temperatures, mostly in the 50s for most areas. A little bit of yellow to the west. It's 60s. That'll be here tomorrow. But all in all, a little bit milder than we had on Thursday. There's your cloud cover. It is beginning to dissipate. It kind of increased during the heating of the day. Just that low cumulus clouds that developed. Otherwise, pretty quiet conditions with light winds. And really this evening, nothing to be expected too much. Getting back down to 42 degrees by 10 p.m. with that light wind and decreasing clouds. And it's a very similar story for La Crosse. Pretty quiet conditions this evening. Back down into the mid-40s as we get closer to 10 p.m. Overnight lows back in the 30s for most locations. Low 30s to the north to maybe the mid to upper 30s elsewhere. Quiet conditions, pretty seasonal temperatures. Tomorrow, there's your 60s getting all the way back up. Mid-60s, potentially a little bit warmer. We will have higher clouds and also some breezy afternoon conditions, but otherwise should be a dry start to the weekend. Unfortunately, we do have some wet weather coming in for Sunday. We'll break that down along with windier and cooler conditions, at least to start for next week.
All right. Thanks, Greg.
Sue Colvey is helping kids shine today for this year's Children's Miracle Network Gala. The gala is a fundraiser supporting kids who need medical care. Kids were treated to free hair and makeup services for the big event. A mother says the event helps her daughter feel special.
It's just something special to make her feel appreciated and kind of be similar to our other sisters and not be secluded.
The gala will be honoring this year's heroes. It starts at 7 p.m. The event last year raised $188,000.
5th and 6th graders got a taste of college life today at UWL's Kids College event. This is a yearly event. Students work alongside professors in 20 different hands-on workshops. Everything from stage combat to coding and sign language.
The kids, I know some popular choices in classes are like the climbing wall. And they also get to go over, some of them choose to do an E-zone where they can do a little bit of gaming, but we make sure to also get them involved in other more academic things too.
Organizers say the goal of the event is to spark early interest in higher education. Still ahead, questions remain after 6 die in a New York tourist helicopter crash.
What witnesses say moments before the aircraft disintegrated in mid-air.
It's our lowest prices of the season, in-store and online at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Right now, shop the season's best values on supplies to make projects your own. In our Tire and Auto Service Center, select tires are buy 3, get 1 free for rewards members. Plus, get an extra $25 reward savings on 4 Cooper or Goodyear tires. Just ask an associate for details and learn about our best tire price promise. Don't miss our lowest prices of the season, only at Blaine's Farm and Fleet. Be an original.
From the creators of bacon. Applewood smoked ham. Ham and Swiss melts. 2 for $7. Arby's, we have the meat.
At US Cellular, you don't have to choose between a great deal on the phone you want and the phone plan that's right for you.
You can get both. 4 free phones of your choice and 4 lines for just $90.
Wow, kids, that's like us not having to choose between tickets to wrestling or that puppet musical.
We want a great phone and a great plan too, don't we, little guy?
Get both. 4 free phones of your choice plus 4 lines for $90. No trade-in needed. US Cellular, built for us.
The Silverado Trail Boss. And a little work. And a little play. And a truck that says no to nothing. And Chevrolet.
It's Chevy Truck Month. Well-qualified buyers can get 2.9% financing for 72 months on this Silverado. Or get $4,350 total value. Plus, current Chevy owners can get $4,000 total cash allowance when you trade in an eligible vehicle.
This adorable shelter pet wants to meet you and your family today. The News 8 Now Pet of the Week is brought to you by Wisconsin Veterinary Orthopedics.
An aerial sightseeing tour of the New York City skyline ended in tragedy Thursday when a helicopter crashed into the Hudson River, killing all 6 people on board. According to analysis and flight tracking site Flight Radar 24. The helicopter was airborne for about 16 minutes before suddenly crashing.
As Laura Aguirre explains, it's what some witnesses heard that could be a possible clue into what happened. First, we must warn you, some viewers may find the following images disturbing.
I see like a helicopter disintegrate in midair, and then I heard a loud sound.
This witness, like many living along the Hudson River, watched as the tourist helicopter plummeted into the water, killing the pilot, along with Siemens executive Agustin Escobar, his wife, and 3 children.
Oh my gosh.
Many captured video moments telling a terrifying tale. A former Federal Aviation Administration safety inspector, who's also a former mechanic on the helicopter model involved, says this crash leaves him stunned.
I've never seen anything like this at all. You can see that the main rotor is separated from the helicopter and it turned upside down. The tail boom is also missing.
FAA records showed that the Bell Long Ranger model had an airworthiness certificate valid through 2029, and that federal authorities had previously investigated the company operating the helo for their involvement in 2 prior safety incidents, one in 2013, another in 2015. Maintenance records are not made public, and the NTSB restricts what companies can disclose during an ongoing investigation, but witness accounts may give some experts a clue.
I was working, but I heard this like really loud noise.
As soon as I heard the noise, I came out. That would be indicative of the main rotor hitting the tail boom and breaking that tail boom off and separating the rotor from the system.
Were there hidden defects in the metals and the materials and the blades in the shaft right out of the manufacturer that sort of sat in this aircraft like a ticking time bomb until through fatigue and weather it failed?
All possibilities that will be examined closely by the FAA and NTSB. I'm Laura Aguirre reporting.
And another air accident, this one in Florida. A deadly small plane crashed near the Boca Raton airport. You can see debris scattered across the road. Officials say 3 people on board were killed. A person nearby in a car was injured. There were reports that the plane was having mechanical issues. Still to come, Americans feeling the economic pinch.
Consumer sentiment just hit its second lowest level in more than 70 years. What's behind the dramatic drop?
Definitely have mild temperatures this weekend. We do have showers of storms for Sunday, but it's not looking like it's going to be an all-day type rain. So we'll time out those storms and then show you what it looks like going into next week. That all coming up on your First One Weather Update after the break.
This is the story about a little empathy. No matter where little empathy looked, it just couldn't find its place in the world. Which was sad, because it had so much to give. Then one day, little empathy made a friend. And the friend took it somewhere it would always be useful and appreciated. Welcome to a place where healthcare is all about caring. Amplify Health. A little empathy changes everything.
Neighbors Day is a family-friendly volunteer event for the community to come together to help their elderly and disabled neighbors spruce up their yard for spring. Volunteers are able to rake leaves, trim shrubs, and wash windows to help our community. If you think you need assistance, visit our website or call 608-406-4363 today.
Get solar and get saving with Olson Solar Energy.
The biggest thing I want to get across to people, whether it's via email or voicemail or text, is we are a local Wisconsin family-owned turnkey solar company.
We have project managers that will walk you through the process, keep you informed along the way, and make sure that the communication is the best that it can be.
All the financial benefits are awesome. And then on top of that, it's green energy. How can you lose?
100 years. That's how long Drury's has been providing the area with quality furniture and an unmatched commitment to customer service. We're celebrating and we invite you to join us. Take advantage of amazing sale prices like Lazy Boy brand recliners starting at $3.99, sectionals at only $19.97, stressless recliners at only $12.97. Plus, big savings on special orders. It's happening now. Our 100th anniversary sale at Drury's in Fountain, Minnesota.
We
have a very special bond, I think, as a family. Spectrum is the connecting thread to everything we do.
It provides us with reliability, lightning speeds, and allows us to do what we need to do in our lives.
From school to homework to entertainment, Spectrum's the perfect match for me and my family.
Fast, reliable internet starting at $30 a month, backed by the Spectrum commitment to keep you connected.
The news continues on News 8 Now. Expect more.
President Donald Trump's immigration crackdown is hurting beer sales. That's according to the CEO of Constellation Brands, which owns Corona and Modelo. Constellation CEO William Newlands said Thursday there was a 1% drop in its beer shipments last quarter. And the slowdown in beer sales was most pronounced at retailers in neighborhoods with large Hispanic populations. Newlands said about half of Constellation's U.S. customers are Hispanic, and that some have stopped going to restaurants and gathering in large groups out of fear of being swept up in deportations.
Consumer sentiment has dropped in the U.S., reaching the second lowest level on record. According to a survey from the University of Michigan, consumer sentiment plunged 11% this month. And that's the second lowest reading on record going back to 1952. April's reading was lower than anything seen during the Great Recession. President Trump's volatile trade war, which threatens higher inflation, has significantly weighed on Americans' moods over the last few months. The Michigan survey found that worsened leading up to Trump's announcement last week of sweeping tariffs.
Well, today was a kind of day that just put a pep in your step.
I know. I wish it had been Saturday to fully enjoy the weather outside.
Oh, why? Because tomorrow's going to be the same way?
No, just because we had to come to work today.
Oh, yeah, I know. We had to come to work. I know I could have stayed outside all day today, but hopefully a little bit more of the same this weekend, Greg.
Yeah, for the most part, this weekend is going to be dry, shaping up to be mild. Temperatures 60s, maybe close to 70. We do have that rain chance on Sunday, but it's definitely not all-day type rain we're looking at. But for tonight, quiet night once again. Seasonal temperatures waking back up into the 30s tomorrow. Those 60s are back, so it's a mild weekend, maybe a 70 depending on how things play out Sunday. We do have those showers, maybe a storm Sunday. And the bigger thing coming into next week is windy and much colder going into Monday and Tuesday. Very similar to what we happened earlier this week, although the temperatures won't be as cold going into this Monday compared to what we saw earlier this week. Now, overall for temperatures tomorrow, mostly in the 60s, about 10 degrees, almost above average. That wind will pick up out of the south. We will have high clouds increasing in the afternoon, but just high clouds. So overall, really nice day, minus the kind of gusty winds a little bit in the afternoon. Going into Saturday night into Sunday, cloud cover continues to increase. So these are your lows, quite mild to start off Sunday. Upper 40s, low 50s. That showers are going to get close to it. We'll see if it actually hits before sunrise, but there is that chance late night, early Sunday, we might see some of that activity get close, but all the night pretty much should be dry. And then Sunday, we're looking at those showers and possible storms. Temperature's kind of tricky because it depends on cloud cover. If we do get a little bit less cloud cover, we might actually get into the low 70s. More, we'll probably stick to the 60s. So it could be a little bit warmer than this, just depends on how things play out. But overall, still mild conditions. Now, Monday behind the cold front, this is one cold front coming through. We'll have temperatures back into the 50s. The bigger story on Monday, and we'll get to that in a minute, is the wind will be a factor going into afternoon and evening out of the west. Overall, the activity for Saturday going into Saturday night, Sunday, really Saturday night, increasing clouds, a little chance of maybe a shower overnight, but I think most area will be dry. It's this activity along this warm front that'll kind of lift north as we go to late Saturday, early Sunday. So Sunday between about 8 to maybe about noon is, I think, the best chance to see some of this line of showers come through. Could be a thunderstorm in there. It will probably weaken towards the morning, and this could shift either way, but right now it's kind of centered right along I-90. This will continue just for a few hours. We might see more activity in the afternoon, but right now the afternoon looks a little bit more drier than the morning. That will continue. One front comes through, and then going into Monday, the winds pick up. The low will be circulating up to the north. We'll have another front come through Monday night. That could bring in a little bit of shower activity through the area Monday night into Tuesday, and could result in maybe a little bit of that rain turning to maybe snow for far northern areas as that system begins to wrap up. So that's what we're looking at through Monday. Now, rainfall totals, not a lot. Where that line sets up, you might get close to a quarter or a half. You can see Austin right there, that kind of where that line's sitting up, and there could pick up maybe over a half. That's because potential maybe a thunderstorm will be along that. Otherwise, the amounts will be fairly light. The bigger story over Monday, as I mentioned, the wind behind that one front. This is in the afternoon. These are gusts, so we'll be above 40, maybe even 45. So definitely the wind will be the factor for the evening commute and Monday evening. Temperature-wise, as we get past Sunday, we're going to kind of go back to the mid-50s and then climb up the 60s by Wednesday, with the next system coming through Thursday and Friday with more rain chances with that one too. So a drop in the temperatures like we had this week, but as we go further on to April, that drop in temperatures gets less and less and doesn't extend very much more than a day or two. So that's a good news.
Absolutely. Thanks, Greg. Coming up next in sports, Kraft on the draft. The Packers tight end mentions a couple big benefits for hosting the big event. Plus, the Holman softball team looking to pick up their first non-conference victory of the 2025 season. Jacob is next.
Proper installation of your new windows make a difference. The team at Clear Choice Window and Home Solutions are factory trained to make sure your windows are installed to last. Call or stop into the showroom for your free estimate.
There's a lot of factors to consider deciding on the right vacuum. If you need a lightweight addition to your home to help in high trafficked areas, then a cordless stick vac might be the option for you. Stop into A1 Vacuum Sales and Service to learn more.
Spring is here, and it's time for a fresh start. Right now at King Furniture, we're making it easy to refresh your home. Trade in your old furniture or mattress and get a discount on brand new furniture. We'll even deliver and haul it off for free. Find the latest styles in bedrooms, living rooms, dining rooms, and more. And save up to 60% off store-wide. Plus, enjoy free delivery and 12 months no-interest financing. There's never been a better time to upgrade. Out with the old, in with the new. Spring into comfort at King Furniture.
We see you out there, building a life you love, knowing that when inspiration strikes, nothing should get in your way. At Blaine's, we're here to help, with everything you need to make it happen, at a value that makes it possible. Best-in-class products at unbeatable farm and fleet prices, so you can get everything to do your thing. Blaine's Farm and Fleet, being original.
Fentanyl is a synthetic opioid that is 100 times more potent than morphine. It only takes 2 milligrams of fentanyl to kill you.
That amount fits on the tip of a pencil.
Fentanyl is showing up in cocaine,
Marijuana,
meth,
heroin,
and yes, even vapes. Even vapes.
It's impossible to know until it's too late.
Always carry Narcan. Always carry Narcan.
You can get free Narcan from your local health department or by contacting the Amara Rose Foundation.
There's a lot of factors to consider deciding on the right vacuum. If your space is mostly large areas and multiple surfaces, then an upright vacuum might be suited for your needs. Stop into A1 Vacuum Sales and Service to learn more.
Covering all the exciting action from your community, here's News 8 Now Sports with Jacob Lenzendorf.
It has been a good start to the season for the Holman softball team. Yesterday, they handed Central their first loss of the season in conference. Today, Vikings looking to knock off a 5-2 Marshfield squad. Vikes' lone loss of the season to unbeaten Toma. Home side off to a good start. Second inning, Taylor Everson barrels one up into the left center gap. She is in for a double. Then 2 strikes on Marissa McHugh, but she hangs tough, gets a bat on it, and the play can't be made by the Tiger third baseman. Everson slides home safely to make it 1-0 Holman. Next time the visitors are at the plate, though, they even it up courtesy of the bat of Layla Oppman. That drives in Taylor Weiss. Then in the fourth, it's Weiss this time scoring a pair on a ringing double to the gap. Tiger bats would turn it up a notch, winning 18-4. We are less than 2 weeks away from the NFL draft in Green Bay. Preparations being made all over the city to get ready for the influx of visitors into Titletown. There's an expected crowd of around 240,000 people over the 3-day event, and the economic impact for Green Bay in the surrounding area around $20 million. Last night along their route during the tailgate tour in Onalaska, Tucker Kraft mentioning a couple of the major benefits of hosting the draft.
Yeah, I mean, I would say that there's an advantage to having the draft in Green Bay. One, for the economical influx it would create, and then as well as being able to have your first round draft pick walk directly into the building, their new workplace. That'd be pretty cool.
And as a reminder, the draft starting April 24th with the first pick scheduled to get underway at 7 o'clock Central Time. Bucks need to win one of their next 2 against the Pistons to lock up the 5th seed for the NBA playoffs, which would put them against the Pacers. Early stages of this one tonight, Milwaukee leading Detroit by 4 just over halfway through the first quarter. And an update from Augusta, some golfers finishing up their second day of action. Justin Rose still in first place at 8 under par. Bryson DeChambeau not far behind at 7 under. Scotty Scheffler, Rory McIlroy, and Corey Connors at 6 under. Cut line of 2 over par is projected. Guys, I was watching the Masters all day yesterday on my off day. 8 hours of pretty much nonstop watching.
Dedication.
Not everyone can do that. It's not for everybody.
Did you get in a few naps?
No naps. No naps. I was locked in. I love the Masters. It's a great time of the year. Lots of great golf on display, and they keep things really tidy around there. It's quite the place. So.
Absolutely.
It's a fun event.
Wish your golf game was good enough to go play Augusta National.
Someday, at least watch. At least watch someday.
Yeah.
But, let's say for now.
Good bucket list item.
Thanks,
all right, Greg is a final look at your forecast right after this.
Increase your home's energy efficiency and enjoy year-round comfort with Asher Lasting Exteriors. Receive up to 20% off your entire project, plus no money down, no payments, and no interest for up to 12 months. Request a free, no-obligation consultation at goasher.com.
Shut up. Pivot. Shut up. Shut up. Pivot. Shut up. Pivot. Shut up. Pivot. Shut up. Okay, hold on. I don't think it's gonna pivot anymore.
Just like pivoting from heating to cooling season, it's a difficult adjustment. Pivot in the summer, called GNT.
Pivot. Shut up.
On GNT. For the best heating and air conditioning, guaranteed.
Save big during Hy-Vee's 3-day sale this Friday through Sunday. Hy-Vee pasta, just 77 cents. Coke 6-pack bottles, just $3.69 each when you buy 3. Hy-Vee 24-pack water, just $1.99. Dole salad kits, just $2.98. Red Baron pizza, just $2.99. Plus, save on chicken breasts, quilted northern bath tissue, John Morrell Franks, and more. Save in-store and online this Friday through Sunday, only at Hy-Vee.
Increase your home's energy efficiency and enjoy year-round comfort with Asher Lasting Exteriors. Receive up to 20% off your entire project, plus no money down, no payments, and no interest for up to 12 months. Request a free, no-obligation consultation at goasher.com.
All right, pretty much quiet night ahead. We'll be lowering back into the 30s, clearing skies, light winds, all in all, not too bad. Going into Saturday, temperatures will warm back up into the 60s. The wind will be a little bit gusty in the afternoon. The shower chance and thunderstorm on Sunday is early morning, not an all-day rain, and then we cool back down for the start of next week. So all in all, not too bad of a weekend.
All right, and still got your eye on the Green Bay forecast for the draft as well.
Will be interesting as it gets closer.
Thanks for joining us.
We'll see you at 10.